Hello students, in this video I am going to teach you the attachments of Norma Basalis. In last video of Norma Basalis I have not covered this topic, so I prepared this video. So now coming to the attachments, this is the posterior border of hard palate. This is the posterior border of hard palate which provides attachment to the palatine aponeurosis. Which provides attachment to the palatine aponeurosis. This is a posterior nasal spine which provides attachment to the important muscle, that is musculus uli. This is palatine crest. This is the palatine crest which provides attachment to the tensor veli palatini muscle. This is pharyngeal tubercle on the basi occiput which provides attachment to the median raphe on which superior constrictor muscle of the pharynx is attached. Now coming to the attachments on medial and lateral pterygoid plates. This is medial pterygoid plate and this is the lateral pterygoid plate. To the whole length of the posterior border of medial pterygoid plate, there is attachment of the pharyngobasilar fascia. There is attachment of pharyngobasilar fascia. To the lower part of the posterior border and the pterygoid hamulus of the medial pterygoid plate, there is attachment of superior constrictor muscle of the pharynx. To the tip of this pterygoid hamulus, there is attachment of pterygomandibular raphe. To the tip of pterygoid hamulus, there is attachment of pterygomandibular raphe. Now coming to the attachments on the lateral pterygoid plate. Attachments on the lateral pterygoid plate. The lateral surface of the lateral pterygoid plate gives origin to the lower head of lateral pterygoid muscle. To the lateral surface of the lateral pterygoid plate, there is attachment of lateral pterygoid muscle, lower head of the lateral pterygoid muscle. The medial surface of lateral pterygoid plate gives origin to the deep head of medial pterygoid muscle. Medial surface of lateral pterygoid plate gives origin to the medial head of deep head of medial pterygoid muscle. This is the pterygospinous process. This pterygospinous process provides attachment to the pterygospinous ligament. This is the this is the infratemporal surface of the greater wing of sphenoid bone. This is the infratemporal surface of greater wing of sphenoid bone, which provides attachment to the upper head of lateral pterygoid muscle, which provides attachment to the upper head of lateral pterygoid muscle. Coming to the attachment on petrous temporal bone. This is the inferior surface of the petrous temporal bone, which gives origin to the levator veli palatini muscle. These are the margins of foramen magnum, which provides attachment to the anterior atlanto-occipital membrane on the anterior part, the posterior atlanto-occipital membrane on the posterior part, and the alar ligament on the rough medial part of the occipital condyle. Okay, alar ligament on the rough medial surface of the each occipital condyles. So this is about attachment on the occipital margins of the foramen magnum. Now coming to the attachments on the external occipital protuberance. This is the external occipital protuberance which provides attachment to the ligamentum nuchae. External occipital protuberance provides attachment to the ligamentum nuchae. This is the mastoid notch. Mastoid notch provides attachment to the posterior belly of digastric muscle. Now coming to the attachments on the occipital bone. The rectus capitis lateralis muscle is inserted into the inferior surface of the jugular process of occipital bone. So inferior surface of jugular process of occipital bone, which is situated just lateral to the posterior part of occipital condyle, there is attachment of the rectus capitis lateralis muscle. Now attachments on the squamous part of the occipital bone. First, attachments between the two knuckle lines. This is superior knuckle line, this is inferior knuckle line. Attachments in the area between two knuckle lines, there is attachment of the semispinalis capitis medially, and laterally there is attachment of superior oblique muscle. So area between two knuckle line, semispinalis capitis is attached to the medial part and superior oblique muscle is attached to the lateral part. Now the area below the inferior knuckle line, this is the area below inferior knuckle line which provides attachment to the rectus capitis posterior minor medially and rectus capitis posterior major laterally. Area present below the inferior knuckle line, there is attachment of rectus capitis posterior minor medially and rectus capitis posterior major laterally. So this is about attachments on the norma basalis.